Okay, so I'm going to give you guys an update as to why Part 17 is still not out yet, and there's like issues, and I'm going to explain why the copyright infringement issue is really weird with this one, because I do make my videos very transformative as you have seen, but for some reason in this case, something happened that's different. Again, I'm not saying that like there's somebody out there that's like trying to like put it down or something like that, but it's really weird because I'll just give you some examples. So I have sections, there's sections that YouTube wants you to change. Like they'll say, oh, well, this isn't transformative enough. So they'll send me like a thing like, so this is a 9-minute and 30-second video. So then they'll say, well, from 6:32 to 7:47, there's issues. And then I'll go in that section and I'll say, okay, yeah, I can see that. Like maybe I just used too long of a clip or something from the movie and didn't incorporate other things or whatever. And I didn't kind of mix it up. And I get that. That's perfectly fine. So there were a couple other ones, but I started archiving the times each time I uploaded because it got a little out of control. So I'll just give you some examples. So 6:32 to 7:47 they want it changed, so I changed it. Then they came back in 2:42 to 3:45 they want it changed, so I changed it. Then they wanted 8:09 to 8:53 changed, so I changed it. Then they wanted 6:49 to 7:30 changed, even though I already did 6:32 to 7:47, but for some reason they came back and said, oh, that needs to be changed. So then I started to go, this is really weird. Because if I've already done that and then you didn't send me a thing saying that I still need to fix it, why am I fixing it again? It's just really weird. It just seems like they're just kind of just throwing more and more on top. Then there was 5:42 to 6:22. So then I fixed all those. Okay, fine. Okay, so then I just wanted to show you guys an example. So then I got that last one. And then I went right into the trim out segment part just to see where they were at. So as you can see here, it wasn't just one issue. They had multiple issues, okay? So what I did was I said, okay, listen, like I have transformed this enough in my view. I think it's perfectly fine. But if there's still not enough, that's fine. So what I did was I went in and I took those sections and I did this. So like as you can see, I just basically blurred it all and then put this kind of disclaimer because I was just saying like I've kind of done everything I can do. I've transformed what I can transform, and this is, you know, the way it is. And this clearly is transformative. I mean, I've got words over top of the screen. The what you're seeing is blurred, and in between, I still have the other pieces that I put in that weren't even part of the movie or anything like that. But so get that. So that's what I did, and then I uploaded it again, and then this happened. So as you can see, then all of a sudden, arbitrarily, now I've gone through all this whole big long process, and as you saw in the trimming picture that I showed you before, there was nothing before like 5 minutes and 30 seconds that they had any issues with. So I basically, it seems to me like I kind of figured out a way to get it out, even though it was disappointing and I couldn't put the kind of, you know, kind of what I wanted out there. I had to blur some stuff and stuff like that, but I clearly did what I needed to do. But now we got another issue. Which wasn't a problem at all in the past. In fact, I didn't get a single timestamp copyright claim on 125 to 206 at any point. Never. Throughout the entire process. So it seems just really arbitrary that all of a sudden out of nowhere now I've got this. But then what I did was I said, okay, well, let's go into the trim segment thing to see if there's anything else possibly that they need. So I click on trim out segment, and this is what they give me. So you can see that they went from, so somehow me doing what I did to blur it or whatever, and I don't know if somebody was insulted, I don't know, but this seems very, like a very human response. Like this doesn't seem like a response from a YouTube algorithm. Like, how do you go from what I showed you before, dealing with that, dealing with all those different timestamps, and now all of a sudden out of nowhere they say, oh no, the entire thing is a giant copyright claim, even though it's completely transformative. And if it wasn't, then I would have had trim requests at, for example, the 108 timestamp that you see there, which I never did. So I'm sorry guys, I'm trying my best. I might just have to skip this one, or I don't know if they're just going to stop all of them now. Like they've just decided, like my channel's so tiny and yet somehow this is happening. It's very strange, but I just wanted to give you an update as to why this is taking place. And again, I'm going to keep working on it and see what I can do, but very, very strange. And I'm really hoping YouTube sees this and sees that this is really not right. And there needs to be some sort of viable explanation as to how you go from what it was before to this, after all the changes that I made and all the transformations that I made, because it just does not make any sense whatsoever.